Today I'm going to show you how to make this cute snowman. It's part of a series. I also made a reindeer and a little Christmas tree, and they're all similar sizes, and they're great sizes to actually hang in your Christmas tree or to send via the post. So I'll have all three of these patterns on my YouTube channel and on my blog, and also on Ravelry if you want to buy a PDF without any advertisements on it. But today I'm going to start by showing you how to make this little guy. What we need is a crochet hook. I used the 2.5mm crochet hook, black yarn, white yarn, and a little bit of orange yarn. We will start our snowman by making a magic ring and single crochet 6 in the magic ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we can close the magic ring. Now that we have that, for the second row we will increase 6 times. So increase once, increase 2, increase 3, increase 4, increase 5, and increase 6. And that leaves us with 12 stitches all around. So we can count them: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. For our next row, we are going to do an increase and then 3 single crochet, and we're going to repeat that 3 times. So increase and then single crochet 1, 2, 3, and we repeat that 3 times. So 2 more, an increase, single crochet 1, 2, 3, and the last time increase, single crochet 1, 2, 3. After this we would do 2 rows of single crochet 15. So row 4 and 5 are going to be single crocheting 15 times. So in total we have single crochet 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and now we have another row, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 and 30. I'm just gonna put this little tail in here so that we don't see it anymore. And if everything's okay, we have 15 stitches all around. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 and 16, so everything's still going well. For the next round, round 6, we are going to be decreasing because this is the bottom of the body, and we'll be decreasing and then single crochet 3, and we will repeat that 3 times. So decrease, single crochet 1, single crochet 2, oops, single crochet 3, and we will repeat that another 2 times, so 3 times total. Decrease, single crochet 1, single crochet 2, single crochet 3, and once more decrease, single crochet 1, single crochet 2, and single crochet 3. And now we have 12 stitches here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. We will now start by stuffing this body because we're gonna decrease some more in the next round. But if we decrease more, I don't think we're gonna be able to stuff it anymore. So that's why we will start stuffing the body now. So I just take little bits of stuffing at one time because it's not a big thing that we're stuffing, and I just try to put it in there little bits at a time. It doesn't have to be very stuffed, just so that it keeps its shape. I like to sometimes use the back of a pencil to kind of get it in there, and so it's not stuffed all the way to the brim, but I don't think that's necessary. So I'm gonna do my next round now, round 7, which is decreasing 6 times. And as you can see, I like to keep my finger on the stuffing so that it doesn't pop out or doesn't get in the way. So now I decrease 6 times. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if everything went well, I now have 6 stitches here. 2, 4, 6, yes. And you can see, even though I didn't fill it all the way, it's still very squishy, it still keeps its form. So for me, this amount of stuffing works well. If you do want to add a little bit more stuffing, you can try to kind of wiggle it in here by taking really little pieces at a time and kind of try to make a little bowl of the stuffing. Then put it right on the hole and try to push it through with a pencil. You can easily stuff it a bit more like that, but I don't think that's that's necessary because they're not going to be they're not going to be used as a toy or something, in my case, that you need a lot of stuffing. So now I'm going to be doing row 8, which is the start of the head. So we are going to work in front loop only. So every stitch has a front loop and a back loop, and we'll work only in this little front loop that you see. And we're going to do increase and then a single crochet. We'll repeat that 3 times. So we start with an increase and then single crochet, and both of these I only work in the front loop. Increase, single crochet, and then last increase, single crochet. So now we have 9 stitches here. 2, 4, 6, 8, here number 9. For row 9 we are going to do increase and then single crochet 2 times, and again we'll repeat that 3 times. This time on this round we'll work in both loops again. So increase, single crochet 1 and single crochet 2. We'll do this another 2 times. Increase, single crochet 1 and single crochet number 2. Last time, increase, single crochet 1 and single crochet 2. We'll now have 12 stitches here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So everything's going well. I really like to count my stitches after each row to make sure that I didn't miscount anything, especially if you're making a new pattern or you're a beginner, you're maybe not sure whether you are missing any stitches. It's really good to count or use a stitch marker to make sure that you are following the pattern correctly. Now for row 10 already, we are going to do single crochet 12 times, so we'll single crochet all around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and you can already see a bit of the snowman body appearing. So now for the next row, row 11, we are gonna decrease and then single crochet 2. We're gonna repeat that 3 times. So decrease, and then single crochet 1 and 2. We're going to do that another 2 times. Decrease, single crochet 1 and 2. Do another time. Decrease, single crochet 1 and single crochet 2, and now we will have only 9 stitches left. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And the next row is going to be the last row, so before that I'm going to finish filling this little snowman with some filling. This is just from an old pillow. Any filling works. But instead of buying new filling, like new bags of filling, I prefer to just use something I already have, recycle something, reuse it in a way. If you get any filling from maybe a secondhand shop or something, you can check on the pillow, and a lot of times you can actually wash the pillow before you use the filling, so that way you know that the filling is clean and ready for you to use. Let's see if I can get this filling in here, or maybe I got a bit too much, but I think it's enough. Yes. So for the last row, we are gonna decrease and do a single crochet and repeat that 3 times. And this is always a bit finicky because we only have 9 stitches left and we are gonna go to 6, so it's gonna be very small, so take your time and yeah. Sometimes these last rows you just need to look very carefully where to stitch, but if you just take your time, it'll be okay. So we do decrease and then single crochet, and we repeat that 3 times. So this is my last decrease and single crochet, after which we only have 6 stitches left, and that is actually our last row, so we're gonna finish off. If you don't know how to finish off, I actually have a video on that, so I'm gonna link to that. In case you don't know how to finish up very neatly, you can use that one. In this case, because our snowman has a hat on, you're actually not gonna see how we finished it off. So because we don't know, it doesn't matter how we finish it off, I'm gonna just quickly sew this shut. And I always just go with my needle right into the middle and then go out in another way, because then if you kind of pull it and cut this off real close, the end will just snap right in there and no one will notice what you've done. So this is the body for our snowman. Next, we are gonna make a hat for our little snowman. Also, I apologize if you can hear in the background they're building outside. I think they're chopping down a tree. So I hope you don't hear it too much on the recording. For the hat, we're gonna again start with a magic ring. and this time we single crochet 5 times in the magic ring. And then close the ring. And we have our little 5 stitches. In this we're gonna increase 5 times. It's a bit difficult to see because it's black, so just make sure you do this with a good light near you so that you can see the different stitches. So this is our first increase, then second increase. You can see sometimes I really need to kind of pull in it to see where my next stitch is. Third increase. Fourth increase, and our fifth and last increase. Are you really struggling with this part? You can always decide to just not give him a black hat, but choose another color. You know, do what you need to make it work. For our third row, we're going to work in back loop only. So last time we only worked in the front loop for the body, but this time we're going to do a round only working in the back loop. And we're just going to do 10 single crochet in those back loops. So single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you can see that working in the back loop gave it a little bit of a more less of a curve and more of an angle here, because we kind of want that 90-degree angle that a hat has. For the fourth row, we are gonna again do 10 single crochet, but this time we just work in both the loops. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For our last row in this hat, we are going to work in the front loop only. So these front loops, and this time we increase and then single crochet for 5 times. And working in the front loop only will give us again a bit more of an angle. So increase and then back loop only, and then a single crochet front loop only, and we do that 5 times in total. So again, increase, single crochet, third repeat, increase, single crochet, fourth, increase, single crochet, and our last increase, single crochet. And you can see that we now have a little hat. So we finish off with a slip stitch, and then I also have a video on how to finish off a circle like this to get a nice and neat result. You can actually see that here, sometimes this happens, that it has a little knot in here, so normally you kind of crochet around it, but I'm just going to cut it off before that because I can't get the knot through. And then you finish it off in whatever way you like, and I have a video on how to finish it off in the way that I am currently doing, which gives you a really neat end result. But you can't really see much of what I'm doing because this is black yarn. But again, I do have a video where I take my time to clearly explain how this works. And I'm just going to make a little knot here to make sure that this stays put. And I can cut off the ends, we don't need them for anything, so I just cut them off like this. And now you can see that everything is already starting to look like something, because we have this little cute top hat and a snowman. What the snowman is missing now is a nose, and the nose is actually really simple because we're just gonna chain 2. So I have a little place where I keep a lot of scrap pieces of yarn, and that's perfect for something like a nose. So chain 1 and 2, and then just close it, and that gives you the teeniest, tiniest little chain, which will be this guy's nose. Now that we have all of that, we can actually start with the last step, which is embroidering everything and assembling it. For the assembly part, we can start by doing the nose, and the nose is going to be attached on row number 10. So we actually have 2 ends here. What I like to do is I take the longest end and I kind of weave it through the nose itself, because I want both of the ends on the same side. Like this. I now have both of the ends on the same side of the nose. I'm going to count to row 10. So this is row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So on this row we want to attach the nose. And I'm just gonna stitch with both parts of these ends. So I took a stitch and weaved through one end through both of the loops, and if I then kind of pull on it, you can see that it gets a little nose. So I make a knot here, just kind of a normal double knot. And then I cut these off and try to get them to the middle of the snowman. So that you don't see them anymore. And then I can kind of wiggle this around in a way that it looks good to me. I'm gonna try to put this knot kind of inside of the snowman so that it's not as noticeable. And now I have this little nose on my snowman. Next thing that we're gonna do is make the eyes and the buttons. So I just like to take a little bit of the black yarn and I'm going to start on top of the head because this is where the snowman's head is going to be. So these ends will not be noticeable because the head will be on top of them. The eyes will be around row 10 and 11. Well, the nose is on row 10, so we kind of know that we can place the eyes just right above the nose. I'm gonna make a French knot, and I think I also have a video about that, but to do this I place my needle right on top of where I went out, and I turn this little end around the needle. The more times I wrap it around, the bigger the knot or the eyes will be. So because I'm using quite a thick bit of thread, I only wrap it around once. If you have a smaller, like a thinner thread, you can wrap it around more times to get bigger eyes. I keep my finger on the part that I wrapped so that the knot will be placed right on the part where we went out with the needle. So now I have a knot right on there, and now I'm going to insert my needle again and go to the place where we want the next eye to be, which is around here. You can see this is the first eye. For the next one, I'm going to do the same thing. I place my needle like this, wrap it around once, put my thumb on the needle and just pull it through, which makes a knot right on there. And yeah, that's his little eyes. I'm gonna go to the next spot where I want one of these knots, which is on the body. I want 3 knots on the body, and yeah, I don't really have a certain spot where I want them to go. I just kind of eye what looks good. I'm gonna place the first one here. I'm gonna do the same thing, make a French knot. If you want bigger buttons, you can wrap it around 2 times, but once works fine for me. And you can see if you don't keep it straight enough, if you don't put your hand on the knot enough, it can look like this, which will, yeah, give you less good results. But you can try to tug on the ends to make it closer to the body again, so that no one will notice your mistakes. And often if you're making something, things might look like a mistake to you, and things might look like it's not perfect, but other people who will see this will probably not notice these mistakes. So I try to not redo everything that doesn't look perfect to me, but just think that maybe another person would, will not notice it, or might think the snowman is actually really cute with one wonky button. So, last button. And after that, I'm gonna go out where I want the arm to start. So this is our little snowman. You can always kind of tug on the buttons to make them look another way. But yeah, this is the start of the snowman. Now we can do the arms, and the arms will be 1 stitch for the arm, and then you can do 2 or 3 stitches to do the little fingers. So I'm gonna do the arm right until here, and then go out here again to start doing the little fingers. See if I can get out there. Yeah. If you want the arms to be smaller, like for example what I did with this one, you can decide to use a thinner thread, or only split this thread so that you have a thinner end. But actually, for this one, I liked the look of the bigger arms. For the next arm, I try to kind of look, where did I go out here? How many stitches is that? And yeah, try to make it look similar on both sides. Because our snowman doesn't have to be absolutely the same on both sides, but I do think it's nice if it looks a bit similar. But if yours doesn't look similar, that is no problem, because it's a snowman, and if you make a snowman in real life, it will probably also not be perfectly symmetrical. Once I'm finished with the arms, I just try to go to the top again. So you can see it's not perfectly symmetrical, but I think it looks cute. I'm just gonna make a knot here. And I'm gonna cut off one part, the small part, but I'm gonna leave this long end because we still need to add his little hat. If you want, you can also keep the hat removable, but I wanna hang it somewhere, so then it's nice if the hat is just fixed to his head. So I'm just gonna sew his little hat on. And I don't really have a good tactic to do this. I just check, how do I want it to look, how does it look nicely, and then I just sew it on. You can use pins to pin it in place before you sew it on. But again, it's personal preference how nice you how do you like to do your sewing. I think with this hat, because it's such a small piece that we're doing, and because it's only one piece, so it doesn't have to be symmetrical or anything, and we can still kind of tug in it to make it look better. I'm not gonna bother with any pins, and I'm just gonna do a few stitches around to make it, to attach it to the head. So I did a few stitches and it's now nicely attached to the head. It's not gonna fall off. And this end, I'm just gonna make it so that it's right under the brim, and right under the brim I'm gonna do a little knot, because it's under the brim and no one will notice because it's all black. So I did my little knot, and now I'm gonna go into the hat and cut off this end so that it's hidden in the head. And here we have our little snowman. And this is his little snowman sibling. So you can see the buttons and everything are smaller on this one, because I used smaller yarn, or you can use embroidery thread. But yeah, this is how you make the snowman. If you want to see more videos like that, be sure to like this video and maybe leave a comment of what you liked, what you didn't like. Maybe you have suggestions of other things you want to see. I'd love to hear from you, and I'm gonna make more patterns with this similar body. As I told you, I have the reindeer and this tree, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of this. See you next time. Bye!